Hi everybody and welcome to the webinar today. Today we are going to be looking at vCert support and specifically planning to deliver vCerts. So my name's Dominic and I'm part of the business development team here at NCFE. I deal a lot with the schools, so I'm going to be taking everybody through this today. So planning to deliver. So there's a couple of topics that we need to work through on this area, and what we're going to start off with is the suitability and initial assessment of your learners. So teachers should always make an assessment of the learner's ability and make a decision based on this assessment as to what level the learner is going to sit. Learners can sit the external assessment for the chosen level, and the result of that, alongside the grades that they achieve on the internally assessed units, will inform the decision on which level the learner should be on. Now, your learners can be transferred to the appropriate level, and teachers must ensure that all internally addressed work is mapped to the new level where this occurs. Any gaps in the assessment criteria must be addressed with the learner, and work would need to be reassessed and internally and externally moderated. You can register the learner for both levels if you want, and the learner will still have the opportunity to sit the external assessment for both levels twice. Just please be mindful of any additional work and stress that this option may cause, both for the learner and of course for yourselves. We have a lot of centres who are delivering both level 1 and level 2 at the same time at the moment, as they have mixed ability classes. This is absolutely fine, and the same scenarios can be used as long as the teacher ensures that the tasks address all the assessment criteria from both levels, and also that there is sufficient stretch for merit and distinction at both levels. So when you're looking at your planning to deliver a qualification, one of the most important things to do obviously is check the qualification spec, make sure that you are fully familiar with it. Everyone involved in planning, delivery and assessment of a vCert qualification should be familiar with the qualification specification. It contains the information to help guide you through delivering the qualification, and more specifically it includes an overview of the qualification, unit content and assessment guidance, quality assurance processes, and grading information, including grading descriptors and glossaries of terms. We also produce other resources for you, such as the scheme of work and delivery plans, and for all our vCert qualifications, we provide example delivery guides and schemes of work. Your delivery guide is based on a 2-year delivery and an average timetable of 2 hours per week, and that's across 38 weeks in the academic year. You may choose to use it in its full form, you can amend it, you can create your own to fit in with your school timetabling, your holidays, etc. The scheme of work that we provide is a sample of a single unit, and this is intended to give you ideas for delivery of the qualification. It doesn't go into detail of lesson planning, but it will give you an outline of what you need to deliver. So a key area that often comes up as well in planning is the area of special considerations or reasonable adjustments, which may be required for some of your learners. Now, we seek to provide equal access to assessment for all learners taking our qualifications, and we do recognise that reasonable adjustments or special considerations may be required at the time of external or internal assessments. And this is normally where learners have a permanent disability or specific learning needs, or they have a temporary disability, medical condition, or again, some specific learning needs. And all of the information on this can be found on our reasonable adjustments and special considerations policy. A couple of other areas that may crop up are where learners are indisposed at the time of the external assessment, and there might be some adjustments to reflect the normal way of working for learners. Again, if you look at the reasonable adjustments and special considerations policy, all of this will be covered in there, and you can find that on our website. So further area that you want to be familiar with is the evidence and grading trackers. This helps learners record work that they've done, work that they still need to do, to evidence their work for each unit and each assessment criteria. It also helps your internal staff, your assessors and your internal quality assurers, and also the external quality assurer when they come in, to find their way around your portfolio of evidence. The learners and assessors, or an independent witness, will need to sign and date the individual pieces of work in the portfolio. Once each unit is complete, learners need to sign it to say and state that the work is their own. The assessor will then record the grade and sign in the tracker to show that the unit has been completed. So the next area that we're going to look at is key roles, and the first one is the role of the assessor. So the role of the assessor is to support the learner and to make informed grading decisions about the range of evidence that the learner has produced, which will demonstrate their competence to meet the assessment criteria as detailed in the qualification specification. The assessor in most cases will also be the teacher, The same individual is able to deliver the teaching and learning and also act as the assessor to grade learner work following internal assessment. It's very important to note, however, that the role of internal quality assurer must be a different individual to the assessor. Assessors should be appropriately qualified to make assessment decisions, and we consider it good practice for assessors to hold or be working towards a recognised qualification in assessment. Where a recognised qualification isn't held, assessors should be able to demonstrate relevant and current experience of assessment. In order to assess knowledge-based units, the assessor should be occupationally knowledgeable, i.e. hold relevant knowledge to assess units designed to test the knowledge and understanding of learners. This knowledge should be demonstratable through relevant qualifications or experience and at an equivalent or higher level than the units under assessment. In order to assess competence-based units, the assessor should be occupationally competent, i.e. able to carry out the requirements of the units they're assessing. This competence should be demonstratable through relevant experience or qualifications. So we mentioned the internal quality assurer, who again must be a different person to the assessor. And internal quality assurance is a process of ensuring that everyone who assesses a particular unit in a centre is assessing to the same standards. It's the responsibility of the internal quality assurer to ensure that grading decisions made by the assessor are sampled and monitored to ensure consistency and fairness. Internal quality assurers are also responsible for supporting assessors by offering advice and guidance. The assessor and internal quality assurer should work together to create a sampling strategy for internal quality assurance to take place and plan in dates when sampling can take place. They should also hold regular standardization meetings and document the minutes. The internal quality assurer is the vital link between the assessors and the external quality assurer, and they act as a quality assurance agent. We consider it good practice for internal quality assurance staff to hold or be working towards a recognised qualification in internal quality assurance. Where such a qualification isn't held, internal quality assurers should be able to demonstrate relevant and current experience of internal quality assurance. And in order to carry out quality assurance of assessment decisions, internal quality assurance staff should be occupationally knowledgeable, i.e. hold relevant knowledge across the units they'll be quality assuring. The knowledge should be demonstratable through relevant qualifications or experience and at an equivalent or higher level than the units under assessment. So the third key role is that of the external quality assurer. External quality assurance of internal assessments is carried out at least twice during the delivery of the qualification to ensure that assessment and grading decisions are in line with the required standards. As a centre, you're entitled to 2-3 external quality assurance visits over the duration of the qualification. External quality assurance is carried out by external quality assurers who are appointed, trained and monitored by NCFE. The external quality assurers are responsible for monitoring and sampling learner evidence to ensure that internal assessment decisions are valid, reliable, fair and consistent with national standards. They will also verify and check the internal quality assurance systems to ensure the centre is interpreting the qualification standards and grading correctly. The external quality assurers will review the scheme of work for the qualification, and this is to ensure that the learning and assessment is being delivered effectively, and also to check the CVs for staff involved in the delivery of the programme are in line with the occupational competence criteria. Centres are notified of their external quality assurers contact details on registration of learners with NCFE. So the next area is around NCFE proformas, and to support your assessment of your learner work and to support you with tracking them, we've created a suite of proformas. What you can see here is the list of what has been created for you. You can use them in their original form, you can amend them, you can create your own. It is entirely up to you. We've created these to make life as easy for you as possible. So if you'd like to use them, that's brilliant. If you've already got your own in place that you're already using, that's also great. All of the proformas can be downloaded from the resources section of our website and are totally free to download. There are those for internal quality assurance as well as for the assessors. Again, totally free to download, and feel free to use them, or if you've already got your own, feel free to use those. That's it on the planning and setting up for a vCert. Hopefully that's been useful to you. If you've got any questions, then please contact us and we'll be happy to help with any further information that you might need. Thanks very much, everybody. Goodbye.